Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Cancer, you are here with me to do release and receive. We're going to see what the universe would like you to release so that you may receive something. So, with the release, I've combined my God and Titan deck and my Dark Goddess deck. So that's what we're going to use for the release. You have play at the bottom. For the receive, I have combined my Starseed Oracle deck and my Goddess Wisdom deck. You have devotion. I like that. Devotion to play. That sounds like fun. And then I'm going to use my Energy Oracle deck to see what energy sits between your release and your receive. Playful romance. Well, that's cute. That's kind of cute. So, Cancer. Oh, yeah. And I've got the Uncommon Tarot out. I started using it. Oh, you have the Seven of Wands at the bottom. Maybe you're defensive about that. I don't know about that playful romance. I don't want to play us. I started using that deck last week. No, it was yesterday. So let's get started, Cancer. Let's see first what the release is for Cancer. What would the universe like Cancer to release? What would the universe like Cancer to release? The universe like Cancer to release. Wisdom. Oh, impart some knowledge upon some others, perhaps, Cancer. Release your wisdom. It's a couple ways this applies. It kind of resonates a tiny little bit with what was coming in yesterday for Gemini. It's a little bit similar, but it's more specific for you. It is like there's some sort of knowledge you have here, and yes, apply it. Apply this knowledge, something that you've learned, some sort of information, experience that you've gained along the way. You are being asked to kind of release this. Like, I feel like apply it. Apply it to your life, apply it to some sort of a situation. It might also be open with your knowledge and your information. So if people they have problems and you've got solutions, be more than willing to offer them. If it seems like they're open to receiving it. Well, you have resurrection, equality, and envy. My goodness. What is this wisdom that you hold here? Isis, Lilith, and Fumnak. I can't even say it. Fumnak. Maybe I'm not supposed to pronounce the M. Resurrect, equality, and envy. Ooh, you know, this kind of feels a little bit too like there might be something that you've accomplished or something that you've accomplished it because I want to say with resurrection, you worked very hard for it. And with equality, like you've had to push through some obstacles that were not necessarily fair or in anyone's higher good. And through doing that, you've gained some sort of a strong wisdom here. Envy. There could be people that are envious of you because of something that you've managed to overcome or do, or maybe not even be bothered by, you know, because if you've resurrected equality, or maybe equality will be resurrected. Yeah, it feels like equality would be resurrected and envy would dissipate if wisdom was released. Wisdom being information too. It's really curious, isn't it? Okay, let's see what the receive is. What's the receive for Cancer? The ladies do not want to shuffle. All right. What is the receive for Cancer? What is the receive for Cancer? What is Cancer's receive? Should they release this wisdom that feels like it will resurrect equality and dissipate envy? What is the receive? The receive for Cancer? You'll survive this. It's okay to let this out. Okay, you have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. My goodness. There's something about this card that just gives me that, like it's a mother holding a child, but this child looks like there's no life in them. It always just brings to my mind like images of Mary holding Jesus after he'd been taken down from the cross, and like holding your child. So there's a sense of and fall into my arms, like where you would be safe. And I did say something about, there's something that it just feels like you've gained some sort of wisdom, but not in an easy way. But people looking at you on the surface might perceive it to be easy, or might have perceived it to be easy. And so in that case, there can be envy. Oh, isn't Cancer lucky? So I don't know if there's some element of persecution. I could see that with Cancer. If I was going to pick a zodiac sign that would kind of be persecuted, I would feel like picking Cancer. I don't know why, but maybe it's just like coming in for the reading. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Extremes of life. Yes, well, that is an extreme of life, isn't it? Like just the idea of somebody being on a cross, crucified. That is just horrible. The hate, the persecution involved in that, and then being held in the arms. Being held in the arms of the one that gave them life, loved them unconditionally, safety. So that's okay. And then one comes to big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, and ambition. Is that you, Lily? Lily? This is the weird sounds in my house lately. Anyways, did you hear that? You couldn't have. You had to have heard that. It was so loud. Anyways, okay. So fall into my arms, big picture thinking, and ambition. It is kind of the feeling of like receiving some sort of help in something. If you release information, if you share your wisdom, you would receive assistance. And this assistance has something to do with driving your ambition forward. And it feels like a safe place. It feels like a safe place because of the fall into my arms. And inner earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So, kind of has that feeling if you share information with someone else, then they share information with you. Like in just the most simplest of terms. And you both benefit from this information. So let's see what the energy between these two are. Visionary, inspired ideas. Some of you could be kind of a visionary as well. And these visionary inspired ideas may not have been received so well by others in the past. Again, it just kind of is coming up with just the whole archetype and story behind, more like the very general of Jesus, and the like being a visionary, trying to share an ideal, something more divine, something bigger than them, yet something that makes people feel bigger than their situation or their position, and realizing that they're all part of this. Like it's a very big visionary energy. But when you empower people on a very personal level and tell them that they can connect with the divine, with God, there's no need for an emperor or a king or a priest. I mean, yeah, it takes power away from others, and that could be will be persecuted. But yet, so there's such an interesting feeling about this reading for you, Cancer. Because it really does feel kind of like that energy of your wisdom. It resurrects equality. So it's pretty interesting, right? Because resurrecting equality is, to some, offensive because it takes the power away from them that they hold upon others, or there's the threat of that to them. Your wisdom is very important. Release it. And then yet I feel as though either this is something very angelic that would protect you and give you more visionary ideas, inspire you more greatly, and drive and direct this ambition. Or it could be someone. And I get, the only reason I get that is because of this image here, almost like someone sent to you in a very divine capacity. Like all these angels, these people up here are looking down upon this person and sending it in at the right time. Did I finish? No, I didn't finish with this. This is so intriguing. I like this kind of energy. Not that I don't, well, there's some energy. This one is very beautiful. But yet the backstory feels difficult, perhaps. Oh my God. You have walking away, the temple path, and the 7th chakra. This is just like, okay, I had to sit with this for a second because I'm thinking, what is she? Does this mean that you're walking away from your spiritual calling, from your soul's destiny, from being connected to divine? No, because if I look carefully at the fence, there's like grass and very earthly things here, but she's walking into what is like light, walking into light. And your temple path, your calling, you're walking in. I want to say you're walking into your calling, Cancer. You've gained some sort of wisdom to do this. And now you're about to walk into your calling. I'm kind of getting like shivers, like goosebumps. That's really interesting. It's really beautiful. Woman holding a heart. Look at this. Oh, and look at what's behind is the 4th chakra in reverse, right? So that's where I would stop. Well, then you have the 6th chakra, your inspirational visions, patience, angel of love. There's a lot of divinity in here. Oh my gosh, there's so much divinity. But you see, the part that I want to get at with the 4th chakra being in reverse is that you're almost, oh, the portal of love. How could I forget? You guys are the portals of love, as you are exercising some level of that right now. Absolutely, Cancer. Because you're opening up love, divinity. You're bringing divinity in somehow. It's really, oh, it's beautiful. I want to pull a card for each one. Simmer down. Okay, no. No, leave them at Toth. Okay, Toth can have those. I want a card for walking away. Okay, you want to do it that way? A card for walking away. Thank you. The 6 of Swords, being led by the divine, going on your path, movement, moving. The temple path. The temple path. The 4 of Swords. It's waking up to your calling. It really feels like that. Like the slumber and the light shining in. Like it's your wake-up call. The 7th chakra. Associated with the wisdom that Toth imparts. The moon. Oh, that's your planet. It's not your tarot card, which I think is really odd. But anyways, it is your planet energy. And it is all about the psychic realm. It is all about the 12th house. I do want to say that. It doesn't, because with the house placement, like home, parents, real estate, your roots, your foundation, the seclusion of your soul. No, your soul is not secluded here. Your soul is, I didn't blow dry my hair today. That's why it's like I usually brush, blow dry it. So it's all over the place. And there's strands. So I'm sorry. There's strands everywhere. The moon. Oh my gosh. So connected to the divine. What was this Thoth here? Because oh, there's 4. 3. We have the Queen of Cups, the 8 of Coins. Oh, I thought it said the wine one. The whiny one. No, like the wine. Like the wino. It looks like wine one. Wise one. 5. So that's the Hierophant. And the 9 of Coins. My goodness. There is hair everywhere. Oh, there you are, the Queen of Cups. Working hard, the 8 of Coins with the Wise one. It's like you went through some sort of initiation and maybe didn't even know it. I think you went through some sort of initiation and didn't know it. And now you're being, like, you've been imparted with some sort of knowledge, even experience on some level. This could be showing up very, very mundane, and that like, it's like, oh, Cynthia, I was taking a pottery lesson. I was learning how to do pottery. I'm very talented in pottery. But it's like, okay, yeah, you're really talented in pottery. But there's other people that are looking for some sort of inspiration, some sort of outlet, because divine is like affecting us in beauty, right? Like beautiful things that we see that come from within, but through a connection of outside. Inspiration can be found all around. But if the world is just practical and there's nothing, like Earth is not practical, it's just not, that's not how we've been created. So I think what I'm trying to get to is it doesn't matter how simple this could seem in your life. It's imparting this upon others, and even perhaps connecting with another that you're going to create more divinity with. And the 9 of Coins, like, this is yours. This is yours. But too, it's also like release. The 9 of Coins is a solitary energy, is a sovereign energy. Share it. Share it. All right. We have the Fall into My Arms, Big Picture Thinking, and Ambition. Fall into My Arms. The Page of Swords. Oh, see, it is. It's because how would I describe Mary? Mary was like Jesus's mother, but yet Jesus was God incarnate. So, but yet we are all the spark of God. And yet you would see Mary as Jesus's elder, but on a more spiritual level, Jesus would have been more ascended than Mary. You know, like just, I don't know, getting so biblical, you know, I don't like that shit. But that's what's coming in. It's not my job to pick and choose what I got to channel. So, but the Page of Swords is like that. It's almost as if fall into my arms. It is like a fresh sight, a fresh vision. So receive. I feel like this energy is just open for knowledge, open for receiving information, but yet it becomes a safe haven for you in some way. This person may not necessarily be younger than you. Like I'm describing, and that's why I was describing the dynamic between Jesus and Mary. But there is something that you have developed here to share. And this person is like a sponge. This person is a sponge for the information, but yet they serve as an outlet to surrender into. It's very interesting. Big picture thinking. Visionary, inspired ideas. Big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. Oh, that's beautiful. So I just like the whole scenario of maybe you do pottery, you've learned to do pottery. And connecting with someone who perhaps, let's say, works in homeless shelters or something like that, and think, oh my gosh, what a beautiful tactile experience that would be for many people that are suffering anxiety, homelessness, depression, like all the things that can come with that or put someone in that position. And you taking this knowledge and working with them and offering, like, you know, a sponsored or a free class to, and some of these people end up creating a career. They can make enough money to sell their own pottery. I don't know, it just sounds so beautiful. Beautiful, like you're helping, like that's this inspired dream. I'm feeling like big picture thinking. How do you make this a reality in lives around you? The big picture thinking. The Page of Coins. Oh, shit me. Right? And then that almost becomes like imparting this knowledge into the mind with the Page of Swords, and then actually like demonstrating it, using it, teaching it, like utilizing it. The Page of Coins. It's still 2 pages. It's fresh. It's new. But this is in the 3 dimension, being a coin, a pentacle. The one little area of the tarot that gives us something that you can touch and really see and feel. Making it real, but starting fresh, like almost starting something in a whole new way based on information that you've gained through other things here. The 7 of Wands is with ambition. I'm definitely hearing defend your dreams on that one. Defend your dreams. People will want this. There might even be a sense of persecution around this. Jealousy, envy. How do I make this with you? The 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Your conflict will become your victory. Those that find conflict with you will eventually see that there can be success. Working together, building together. This is really moving. This reading is really moving. Look at this. Oops, I'm knocking things over. What is... Huh. These birds are fighting, and it looks like to me that they're fighting amongst like almost like arrowheads and snakes. The problem is not each other. The problem with these 2 birds is not one another. The conflict has been formed because they're both dealing with a similar struggle, and they recognize enemies everywhere. Right? Look at that. Like, it's just like if you remove the common denominator that creates the struggle, then you find harmony. I'm hearing stewardship amongst each other. Fighting the wrong thing here. Working against the wrong thing. Finding conflict in the wrong place. Huh. Yeah, I don't want to get... Okay. So I saw a post. It was something's going on with some... They call them radical conservationists that have started deflating or slashing the tires of SUVs. Because that's their way of protesting. But let's see, that's the 5 of Wands. You're attacking people that aren't really creating the problem. Why are you attacking other people that are just like you? They're dealing with shit too. So now, like, you know, it's like that. I mean, that's not really the problem. The problem is a much higher level than that. But the 6 of Wands, now all these arrows are in a row. It's all understood. The conflict is understood. The peace abounds. The victory with the olive crown. Is that an olive leaf crown? What was that made out of? No, I don't know. Holly? Could be holly. Anyways. Thoth and wisdom. Part of me doesn't even want to focus on this. You know, it's funny. Because I feel like you already know it. You've already gained it. You've already built it. Release it. We don't need to talk about it. We don't. We don't need to talk about it. So let's look at this. I'm curious about walking away. The 6 of Swords. That's so beautiful. it landed on the 8 of coins, so it could have something to do with what you're specifically working on, and the Emperor has come out. So walking away from something that you've built up to some sort of, God, it does feel a bit like that, Gemini, like you've taken some sort of knowledge as far as you can. It's time to release it. And maybe it's even just release the responsibility around that with the Emperor. Take your temple path. It's calling you. It's restful. It's healing. It's guided light. The temple path. See that card? It was very dramatic. Maybe it will be a very dramatic conclusion to a cycle for you here. It will be a very dramatic conclusion to a cycle. Why will it be dramatic? Why does it want to be dramatic? Maybe it just wants to drama right now. It's like a pomp and circumstance. Oh, because you're going to do something you ain't never done before. That's why it's dramatic. It's the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, people are like, what? You going to do what? Good for you. That's fun. 7th chakra and the moon. 7th chakra and the moon. Okay, this is something that you have not been allowed to explore to the depths that you would have liked to. The 9 of Wands. It has been a long time coming for this. No, this also could be something like you have wisdom, resurrection, equality. There's a sense of envy around this. So you've accomplished something here. And I want to say, it really is funny. It keeps a little bit like the Gemini reading. I would go and check that out if you're drawn to it. It kind of feels like, I want to say you're like someone who, let's say, was like a social worker or something like that. Like you're on some level working in the trenches with humanity, because you have the 8 of Pentacles, and what you're walking away from, to clarify that, literally landed on it when I asked, and the Emperor came up. So there's definitely a strong sense of reapplying everything you've learned in a very different way here. In a very different way. And it's almost like you've felt this calling, you've sensed this, you've recognized it for quite some time. And it's taken a long time to get here. Look at there, there's this crab coming up to these cheetahs or cheetah cubs. To the moon. Well, that's funny. Cheetah cubs. It's like something of inexperience or youth stands or stood in your way to get to this divine path. This very esoteric with the moon and the 7th chakra, very esoteric information. Fall into my arms, the Page of Swords. Fall into my arms, the Page. Look at the King of Swords. See? I'm telling you. There's a dynamic here that is so intriguing. And it is like Jesus and Mary energy. On one, like it's I would say teacher and student. Teacher and student. I'm stuttering on my stupid metal bar in my mouth. So again, like it's almost like this is a dynamic which would go back and forth. One day you would be the teacher and they would be the student. One day you would be the student and they would be the teacher. There's much knowledge, and this energy is very, very similar mindset, I would say as well, with the swords. And I'm saying that there's someone involved here because of the imagery in this fall into my arms. It feels very, very much like there's a second player in this receive for you. Big picture thinking, visionary inspired ideas, Page of Coins. Big picture thinking. Oh, that's exciting. Oh my goodness, King of Wands. That is very inspiring thinking and how to lead through this in a very inspirational way. You got the Page of Pentacles again. This could have something to do with leading young people. Ah. The two cheetahs, the two like cheetah cubs that stand in the way of you getting to the moon. I don't necessarily feel like something youthful or young people have stood in the way, but it's like a different group or a specific dynamic, perhaps, that you're meant to follow with the Emperor. You're walking away from that. So then that leads us to ambition with the Seven of Wands. I'm going to separate both of these because I feel like the ambition is you, and the Seven of Wands is either people like wanting what you're going to make. There's something here like that you have to defend. So let's see. Let's just ambition first. Ambition. Geez, another page. Whoa, the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. Oh my God. This is like imparting. There we go. There it is. This is imparting like the love that you have, being able to express it. Perhaps, again, to young people with all this page energy, people that are more youthful or less experienced than you. This is like that Gemini reading where, but it's almost like going into more detail or another depth. I could see Gemini was going to have a little bit of a struggle with it because they're like air sign. It just was, and it was, and I think I even mentioned you and Scorpio and Pisces in the receive, that like this would be a little more natural for a water sign. What I want to say here, though, is I feel like what you're releasing is something that would have been very easy for someone like a Gemini to have. Possibly an earth sign. Maybe a fire sign with the Emperor. But it's just the only thing that really shows up as water is you here. But none of these elements represent water. Represent like what you really stand for. And then over here, this is taking that intellect, having the same mindset, being like very dynamic and inspiring and original, and then utilizing that to inspire others. But this comes from your heart. This is almost like a part of yourself that you're going to teach with that you were not capable of teaching with before. So ambition, or Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups. Oh, this is a big dream that other people would want. The Ten of Cups. There is emotional fulfillment here. Talk about defending this. This is even perhaps too helping people to find happiness, helping people to like empowering people to develop their own emotional fulfillment. I'm going to say, though, there's going to be a huge emotional fulfillment for you here. And yeah, you need to defend this. People might question it. People might question your, why? Why are you doing this? Like, what is your real motive here? Because sometimes when something is too good, or others wish they could have created it, they think, there's an ulterior motive here. Like, there could be some of that. The Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Hearts, and Justice. Whoa. This is I don't know. How do I describe it? There's something like, I would describe it as, like there's something that you're held to here. There's something that you're held to, and I really get that because of this. Walking away with the Emperor. So walking away from this, it could be a high status position. I know what this is. I know. This is, am I right? Am I getting the name right? Because I can see him. Jimmy Carter. He was one of the U.S. presidents, right? All the Americans are going, yeah, we know it. Well, I'm a Canadian, so you should just be, shit that I know this stuff. So he has done like so much humanitarian work and been involved in so many humanitarian things since he left office. I want to say more so than any other leader that I've ever heard about. And it just like, it's kind of got that feeling, whereas like as a president or as a major leader in something that could have to do with government, institutions, corporations, you're kind of held to a particular guideline in how you need to lead in that way. Whereas when walking away from the presidency or finishing that, I don't remember how that, I don't need to know the details, not my history, it's just next door. Like really, like, because see, this work with the Seven of Pentacles is like trying to find a way to, like, it breaks your heart and on some sense, or you witness heartbreaking and not being able to change it the way you would like to. And then I kind of get that with Jimmy Carter. I think it's Jimmy Carter, yeah. And his working on a much more humanitarian level. That's how I would describe this, like that. Being like, I'm finding the justice. I can't see how the divine wouldn't let this become just. All right, I think I'm just talking now. So I'm going to go to extended Cancer. I'm going to find out advice for you and then possible results if you follow the advice. Thank you so much, my portals of love. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.